She said she froze and she watched him move around confidently. And after he finished warming the food, he walked back to the bedroom. She didn't know what to do, so she just tiptoed her way back to the living room. I didn't believe her. I couldn't. Eric had been in a wheelchair for 10 years. I had seen him shaking several times. He needed help with everything. It didn't make sense. But A swore on her life she saw it. Then later, she started doubting herself, saying maybe it was a dream. But I couldn't forget what A told me. I wanted to confront my brother, but I couldn't accuse him without proof. So I made a plan. All week, I stayed up late, hoping to catch him moving. Nothing. It was his usual helpless self. Then Saturday came. I told Eric I needed to go to work briefly to pick up some documents. A was also too busy to check in. He would be alone for a while. It was like no problem, but I didn't go anyway. What Eric didn't know was that I had placed the small camera in the corner of the bedroom, and I wasn't really going to work. I just went to A's apartment. About 30 minutes after I left, I heard Eric shouting A and asked her to get something from the top of the fridge for him. I started to feel stupid. Maybe A imagined it all. But when I reviewed the footage that evening, my hands started to shake. There he was, clear as day, walking. He stood up from the wheelchair easily. He stretched his arms. He walked to the mirror, brushed his hair. I was stunned. I watched the clip 3 times. He wasn't limping. He wasn't struggling. He moved like someone who had been working for years. I walked into the room while he was sitting in his wheelchair as usual. I didn't even say much. I just said, "Stand up now." He looked confused. I repeated it louder, "Stand up and leave my house." He started stammering, "What are you talking about?" I showed him the footage. At first, he yelled, "You had no right to film me." Then he switched. "Okay, I just started working again recently. I was going to surprise you." I knew he was lying. He was working like someone who had been working for a long time. When he saw I was paged, he broke down and confessed. He said, "I have been working for some years now. At first, I was scared to tell Mom. She was so used to caring for me, and after a while, I didn't know how to come clean." I was speechless. This man had let our mother break her back for him. She sacrificed everything for him. And all for what? A lie. And now me, my bed, my food, my time, my peace, all wasted. I lost it. I shouted at him to stand up and leave. At this point, people were coming out to ask what was going on. They were all shocked when they saw him. I threw him out. A few days later, he came back with 2 of our uncles and a family friend. He said he had nowhere to go, that he had messed up but was still my brother. They pleaded with me to give him another chance, at least until he got on his feet. I told him he already has his feet. He should go and use them. I refused. They said I was being wicked, that family forgives, that I should help him get back on track. But I stood firm. I've blocked him since then. All this happened a few weeks ago. I just want to know if I'm the asshole for kicking him out. This follower needs your opinions, babes. Please drop some below. And don't forget to follow me for more story times.